The immediate chaos. The first major problem would be space. Modern ecosystems have evolved over millions of years to fit current species perfectly. Suddenly adding 5 billion extinct species back into the mix would create an overcrowding nightmare. Forests that comfortably support deer and rabbits would now need to accommodate massive ground sloths weighing 4 tons each. Grasslands would be trampled by herds of woolly rhinos and giant beavers the size of bears. Cities would face the most immediate danger. Imagine waking up to find a pack of dire wolves prowling your neighborhood, or a saber-toothed cat stalking through downtown streets. These predators evolved to hunt megafauna that no longer exist, so they'd likely turn to the largest available prey: livestock, pets, and potentially humans. Terror birds, standing 10 feet tall with razor-sharp beaks, would make urban areas completely uninhabitable. The Dinosaur Problem. The return of dinosaurs would be humanity's biggest nightmare. A single Tyrannosaurus rex requires about 40,000 calories per day, equivalent to eating an entire cow daily. With potentially thousands of large carnivorous dinosaurs returning, livestock populations would be decimated within weeks. Herbivorous dinosaurs like Brontosaurus would strip entire forests bare in months, each one consuming up to 880 pounds of vegetation daily. The velociraptor problem would be even worse. These pack hunters are roughly the size of large dogs, but infinitely more dangerous, with sickle-shaped claws and problem-solving intelligence. They'd quickly learn to exploit human settlements, potentially forcing people into fortified compounds just to survive. Ecosystem collapse. Modern food webs would completely collapse. Take the oceans, suddenly populated with 50-foot megalodons, giant sea scorpions, and massive marine reptiles like plesiosaurs. Commercial fishing would become impossible, cutting off a primary protein source for billions of people. Smaller marine ecosystems would be devastated as these apex predators consume everything in sight. On land, the return of giant ground sloths, cave bears, and massive predators would force current species into rapid evolutionary pressure or extinction. Modern prey animals simply aren't equipped to handle prehistoric predators they never co-evolved with. White-tailed deer would be easy targets for American lions, twice the size of modern lions. Agricultural devastation. Farming would face unprecedented challenges. Massive herbivores like the giant beaver, which built dams 2,000 feet long, would redirect entire river systems and flood agricultural areas. Herds of woolly mammoths would treat crop fields like all-you-can-eat buffets, each animal consuming 600 pounds of vegetation daily. The Irish elk, with antlers spanning 12 feet, would make livestock farming nearly impossible in many regions. These massive deer would compete directly with cattle and sheep for grazing land, while their size and aggressive behavior during mating season would pose constant threats to farm workers. Economic collapse. The global economy would face immediate collapse. Insurance companies would go bankrupt overnight trying to cover dinosaur attacks and property damage from giant prehistoric mammals. The tourism industry would shut down as most outdoor recreational activities become life-threatening. Transportation would be severely impacted. Roads would need constant repair from massive footprints and the weight of multi-ton animals. Airlines would face new hazards from pterosaurs with wingspans reaching 35 feet, while shipping would be disrupted by marine reptiles attacking vessels. Agricultural-dependent countries would face famine as crop yields plummet. The cost of food would skyrocket as farmers struggle to protect their fields from creatures that view fences as minor inconveniences. A woolly rhinoceros can easily charge through most barriers humans have built. Climate and environmental impact. The environmental impact would be staggering. Millions of large herbivores would dramatically increase methane production, potentially accelerating climate change.
A single mammoth produces about 90 gallons of methane daily through digestion. Multiply that by thousands of various large herbivores, and atmospheric methane levels would spike rapidly. Forest ecosystems would be completely transformed. Giant ground sloths would uproot trees for food, while enormous herbivores would create new grasslands through their feeding patterns. This would affect carbon storage and oxygen production on a global scale. Human adaptation. Humanity would be forced into a new survival mode. Cities would need to build massive walls and barriers, essentially becoming fortress-like structures. Rural communities might have to abandon traditional farming and adopt underground or heavily fortified agricultural systems. The military would shift focus from human conflicts to protecting civilization from prehistoric threats. New weapons and strategies would need to be developed specifically for creatures that can weigh up to 100 tons and have hide thick enough to stop small arms fire. Technology would rapidly advance in unexpected directions. Drone surveillance to monitor dangerous predators, advanced fencing systems, and even possibly genetic modification to make domestic animals less appealing as prey would become essential for survival. Long-term consequences. Over time, some balance might emerge, but it wouldn't be like today's world. Human population centers would likely consolidate into heavily defended urban areas, with vast wilderness regions becoming no-go zones dominated by prehistoric predators and their prey.
Some extinct species might actually benefit modern ecosystems if properly managed. Woolly mammoths could help restore Arctic grasslands and combat permafrost melting.